Thanks for joining us, Delta State sports fans. Welcome to another episode of Go Statesman TV. I'm Katie Smith. This will be our last episode for the month of February, but don't worry, we've got plenty to talk about as the weather gets nicer and we get into the spring. Of course, there's baseball, softball, tennis, and golf in the spring sports. Statesman and Lady Statesman basketball will be playing into March, and swimming and diving, which started back in October, hasn't even wrapped up yet. So let's start with Delta State swimming and diving because the Statesman and Lady Statesman just finished a pretty big weekend. The 2014 New South Intercollegiate Swim Conference Championships were held at the DSU Aquatic Center here in Cleveland. 4 days of swimming with league teams Delta State, West Florida, Lindenwood, Henderson State, Ouachita Baptist, and Emmanuel College ended in a team championship for the Lady Statesmen and a runner-up finish for the Statesmen. Individual championships went to Danny Mearholes in the 1,000 free, 500 free, and 200 free. Melanie Tomers in the 400 IM and 200 breaststroke. Maria Torres took first in the 1650 free, and Anastasia Klyarowskaya won the 200 back. Mateo Fracchi took first for the DSU men in the 200 IM and 100 fly. Fabrice Vindel won both the 50 free and 100 free. Yvonne Neese picked up 2 victories in the 100 and 200 back. And Vlad Zinko was the first to touch the wall in the 200 fly. In relays, Delta State won the women's 800 free, 200 medley, and 400 medley. The men took first in the 200 free relay. In other awards, Mearholes was the top swimmer for the women's side of the meet, and Vindel had that honor for the men. Delta State head coach Daniel Murray was the NSISC Swimming Coach of the Year on both sides. Those are just the highlights for DSU, but you can find complete video recaps from each race and diving and interviews with Coach Murray on our website, GoStatesmen.com. It's time to take a short break, but when we come back, we'll talk Statesman basketball. Stick with us.
Abraham's in historic downtown Cleveland has clothed the Delta since 1979. Shirts, sweaters, and khakis by Southern Tide and Polo are favorites on all college campuses. Costa sunglasses with mountain khakis and jeans by Big Star, True Religion, and Silver. Abraham's has a large assortment of the North Face and Patagonia outerwear for men, women, and children. Cole Haan and Tom shoes, plus the finest tie collection in Mississippi. Team up with dress shirts by Polo and Ike Behar. Abraham's carries a large inventory of fine suits and sport coats by Ralph Lauren, S. Cohen, and Abraham's own private label. Abraham's in historic downtown Cleveland.
Millions of people grow up in a family of immigrants. But not everyone stops at nothing to reach their dream. Even fewer have the patience, passion, and perseverance to achieve success. A dream is for those who sleep. I live mine. I'm Pitbull, and I'm one of a kind. Darling.
As an economist, I meet with many business leaders who just don't understand the true cost of documents. Unmanaged fleets, dysfunctional workflow, it's chaos. It's profit-killing chaos.
Mississippi-owned and operated, the image specialist in Southern Duplicating is Mississippi's only full-line Kyocera dealer. Kyocera's full-line copiers, printer, and faxes offer robust work solutions while offering industry-leading lowest total cost of ownership, offering rental, leasing, and purchasing options. Let the image specialist in Southern Duplicating help grow your business.
North Sunflower Medical Center in Rouville is proud to announce the addition of board-certified orthopedic surgeon Dr. Wayne Dotson to our team. An orthopedic surgeon treats musculoskeletal trauma, skeletal disease, and sports injuries using both surgical and non-surgical techniques, including joint replacement, arthroscopic surgery, and more. Dr. Dotson has extensive experience in the Delta and beyond, using the latest in surgical techniques when needed to ensure a healthy and speedy recovery. Call or have your provider refer you to Dr. Wayne Dotson for a consultation and find out why more people are saying, "Take me to Rouville."
It's a pretty nice day here outside Walter Sillers Coliseum in Cleveland, but it hasn't looked like this for long. In fact, the Delta State University men's basketball team had to reschedule its game with rival Christian Brothers, which is just 2 hours away in Memphis because of snow and ice. Now, the Statesmen did get to play Lee University on time. The Christian Brothers game had to be moved to a Monday, which makes it a 3-game week for the Statesmen, but head coach Jim Boone says they'll work through that. Let's see some highlights from the Lee and Christian Brothers games now. The Statesmen welcomed the newest member of the Gulf South Conference, Lee University, to Cleveland on Thursday, February 13th. DSU gets started quickly in the first half. Jack Magin takes the pass inbounds, one-handed jumper, Delta is up by 4. Willie Reedus throws an over-the-shoulder pass to Zelvin Smith Jr. on the block. Easy bucket. Statesman holding a 1-point lead about 5 minutes in. Freshman Devin Schmidt drives the lane. Too strong on the first shot, but he pulls down his own rebound. Goes back up, banks it in. It's 23-18 DSU now. The Statesmen get rolling at halftime. It's a 20-point lead over Lee, 42-22. Second half action now. Schmidt loses his defender, shakes another, hits the running jumper. DSU up by 14. More of the same for the rest of the half, except Mike Washington does that. And he's not the only one. Freshman Joey Lillis throws down another dunk. Delta State goes on to beat Lee 75-57. Earlier this season, head coach Jim Boone came down with pneumonia and couldn't make the trip when the Statesmen played at Lee. So this second game against the Flames was a new situation for Coach Boone, but his team's preparation made taking care of business go smoothly.
The irony of it is that for that period of time when we played Lee there, I was out of it, you know, being in the hospital and medicated and going through all the things you go through. I didn't know the personnel. I didn't know how they played. You know, Jimmy had went over that with me several times. I couldn't remember any of that. So walking into them this time, it was like it was all brand new. And again, our staff did a great job. Our players did a great job. They caught me up very quickly, and I thought we did an outstanding job of being prepared at a very high level and then executing at a very high level against a really talented Lee team.
Moving on to the Christian Brothers game, change from Tuesday, February 11th to Monday, the 17th. The Statesmen trail for about 10 minutes of the first half, but Devin Schmidt hits a long two. DSU takes the lead 13-11. 3 minutes to play now. Cornell Knight feeds Zelvin Smith Jr. He makes the bucket, draws the foul, sinks the foul shot later, and the game is tied at 26. Before halftime, we've got a history-making shot for you. The player defending Jack Madgen falls to the court. Schmidt sees the opportunity, goes back to Madgen. Jack drains that three and surpasses 500 career points at Delta State. He's only a sophomore. At halftime, the Statesmen led Christian Brothers 34-30. Second half now, Knight with the ball, looking to pass, but he goes to his right, pulls up for the shot. This senior had a big night, hits this one, and it is a 5-point lead for DSU. Schmidt drives here, shot no good, but Reedus gets the rebound, puts a shot back up. He got his 14th double-double of the season against CBU. Knight, Reedus, and Schmidt all score in double figures. Delta State beats Christian Brothers 66-56.
They're a good rival from the standpoint that we absolutely respect who they are, what they are, their culture, and how they go about business in their basketball program. They have really good kids. I think our guys really respect their guys, and vice versa. So with that being said, though, we stepped onto their turf and won, and that's something we hadn't done for quite some period of time at Delta State. So we knew they were going to come in here prepared and ready with a little bit of a chip on their shoulder, and it was obvious they had that. I thought they played extremely well. You know, a great college basketball game. You're talking about they committed 3 turnovers during the course of the game. We committed 4. So you had 40 minutes of college basketball and 7 total turnovers in the game. I thought both teams played exceptionally hard. Their effort defensively, our effort defensively was phenomenal. It was certainly one of those games that you hated to see anyone lose because both teams played at a level of execution, toughness, and just how hard they played to win the game. But certainly just so pleased with our guys and how good we were defensively for the 40 minutes and how well we executed against their defense, which is really good.
Hats off to sophomore guard Jack Madgen for reaching 500 career points in just 2 years. Plus, this season isn't over yet. Head coach Jim Boone says the Australian native is the kind of player he'd like to have 10 of.
There's 3 things about Jack Madgen that I absolutely love. You know, the first thing is when we set out to change the culture of our program and recruit people to come in and represent us, we couldn't have picked a better person than Jack Madgen in regards to his competitive nature and his work ethic. Jack comes with his hard hat on and his lunch pail every single day to give you everything he has. You know, I can't think of a day, particularly this year, he's came in and not given his team and his coaching staff his full effort. So that's the first thing, just how hard a worker he is and what a gym rat he is. I can't tell you the number of times I've been here late at night and all of a sudden you hear the closet door open and you hear the noise of someone setting up our shoot away, our gun, and it's Jack Madgen in here getting extra shots up. I kind of mentioned the second thing, and that's his competitive nature. I mean, no one wants to win as much as Jack Madgen wants to win. And so those are two attributes that we really look for in the people that we recruit. Guys that are gym rats, that are hard workers, and guys that have a very competitive nature, and that winning as a team is very important to them. And then the third thing about Jack that I think just is really phenomenal is that he has sacrificed a lot for our team this year. You know, Jack is an outstanding shooter. He's going to be a great scorer. He has scored very well for us this year and last year, but he has also taken a back seat at times and deferred to our inside game, which has been our strength and the identity of this team. And it takes a special person and a special player to be able to do that. So our entire team has, but Jack doing that with his work ethic and how competitive he is in practice has meant a lot, not only to him, but to our entire team to see him defer in that nature. Now, with that being said, you know, he's someone we want definitely to look for his perimeter shot. The three-point shot is a great complement to what we have going on in the inside with Willie and Mike and Zelvin and some of our other guys. So I'm sure he'll continue to do that and continue to bring his best every day.
Millions of girls are told they're pretty, but not many end up becoming a model. Even fewer decide to put their face in front of someone who wants to rearrange it. And now, instead of fighting for a cover shot, I'm fighting for gold. I'm Michaela Mayer, and I'm one of a kind.
As an economist, I meet with many business leaders who just don't understand the true cost of documents. Unmanaged fleets, dysfunctional workflow, it's chaos. It's profit-killing chaos.
Mississippi owned and operated, the Image Specialist in Southern Duplicating is Mississippi's only full-line Kyocera dealer. Kyocera's full-line copiers, printer, and faxes offer robust work solutions while offering industry-leading lowest total cost of ownership. Offering rental, leasing, and purchasing options, let the Image Specialist in Southern Duplicating help grow your business. Abraham's in historic downtown Cleveland has Clovis Delta since 1979. Shirts, sweaters, and khakis by Southern Tide and Polo are favorites on all college campuses. Costa sunglasses with mountain khakis and jeans by Big Star, True Religion, and Silver. Abraham's has a large assortment of the North Face and Patagonia outerwear for men, women, and children. Cole Haan and Tom shoes, plus the finest tie collection in Mississippi. Team up with dress shirts by Polo and Ike Behar. Abraham's carries a large inventory of fine suits and sport coats by Ralph Lauren, S. Cohen, and Abraham's own private label. Abraham's in historic downtown Cleveland.
Well, if you can believe it, ice and snow have affected the Delta State women's basketball team twice this season. For the second time, the Lady Statesmen had to reschedule a game, making the following week a 3-game week, and that is tough to do. DSU was supposed to play Christian Brothers on Tuesday, February 11th at Walter Sillers Coliseum in Cleveland, but the Gulf South Conference rival couldn't make it down from Memphis, so that game got moved to Monday, February 17th. The game against Lee on Thursday, February 13th, though, went on as planned, so let's see highlights. The Lady Flames are the newest member of the GSC. In the first meeting between DSU and Lee back in January, the Lady Statesmen won 71-64 and snapped a 43-game home win streak for the Lady Flames. Great defense in the first half from both teams. This is late in the half. Chelsea Rhodes out in front. Jumper right under the bucket, bounces out. Teammate Seneca Walton there to help. Grabs the rebound, banks in the shot. At halftime, DSU trailed 5, 17-12. In the second half, Becca Ruck scores off the assist from Randy Ball. Delta cuts Lee's lead to 2. Ball dishes out another assist here, finding Walton open on the post. Lady Statesmen down 26-22. Senior Shanae Govan leaving defenders in the dust. She stops and pops at the foul line. Nails the shot. DSU trails 39-26 with 5:33 to play. Lady Statesmen keep this one close, but unfortunately the women aren't able to take over the lead. Delta State falls to Lee 49-34.
We watched the film after the game, and we're pleased with our effort. You know, you hold a team like that to 49 points. If you just said that before the game, I'd have taken that 100 out of 100 times. And we did some good things on offense. The ball just did not fall for us. In the last 5 minutes, we started standing around and we forced some shots, which we shouldn't have. But up until then, we got to the free throw line. We got the shots we wanted. It wasn't our night from the field. Bringing Shorter, Lee, and Union into the conference, especially in women's basketball, I think, you know, those three have been NAIA powers for years and national champions and national runners-up year after year. Great players, great coaches, and it makes our conference better and makes us be on our toes. And so, you know, we welcome them. It's tough to play against them, but we welcome them.
So looking to bounce back against rival Christian Brothers, Lady Statesmen welcomed the Buccaneers to Cleveland on Monday. Delta State bench pretty important early on. Maisha Stewart scores pretty easily in the paint, and that's DSU's first points. More help from the bench in the first half. Anissa Jackson open for the shot from inside the arc. Nothing but net there, and the Lady Statesmen take the lead. On the inbounds here, Chastity Hickman to Seneca Walton. The junior from Clarksdale hits the jumper, but DSU trails by a bucket. Christian Brothers has a slim 28-27 lead at halftime. That is gone quickly into the second half because Delta State is hot. Maisha Stewart with the score. DSU takes a 4-point lead. Alexis Ross helps out, getting low on the block. Banks in the shot, 36-30. Lady Statesmen leading now. Chelsea Rhodes puts up big numbers in the second half. Here she drives, knocks it in. Christian Brothers makes it a 1-point game with less than a minute to play, but Delta State finishes strong, using foul shots to seal the win over the Bucks, 66-61.
You know, and after a loss, you want to come back, and the players had a great practice on Saturday, and we had a good one on Sunday, and to kind of validate how hard they worked and being ready to play. And, you know, we got down early by close to 10 points, but the team, I never noticed them panicking. We stayed within our offense, and Shanae really was a catalyst for us at the beginning of the second half. She pushed the basketball. She made some good decisions with us, with the ball, and we got a little cushion there, which is what we needed. And we did work pretty hard on Saturday and Sunday with our zone offenses, you know, doing something, moving the basketball quicker, making some better decisions, not holding it so long, not dribbling in one spot with the basketball. And I think it showed last night. I think we did a better job because I still think we're going to see a steady diet of zone defenses against our team.
Against Christian Brothers, starters Rhodes and Walton scored 17 points each, but the DSU bench contributed 24 points to the Bucks' 8.
Maisha Stewart had a really good game for us when Randy was in foul trouble. And Alexis Ross came in and played some big minutes. There was 3 for 3 from the field, played some good defense, and they've been playing well in practice, and I was glad to see it pay off in the game.
It's hard to believe, but there are just 4 games left before the Gulf South Conference tournament.
It has definitely flown by. It's amazing when you think that the season's 4 or 5 months, that it's long, and then you look up and we're making this final run for these last 4 games, and 4 really tough ones. 2 really good teams on the road, and then come back against 2 really good teams at home to finish up the season. But I like how hard we've worked. You know, I think we're a little bit tired right now. I think we're a little bit banged up, but every team is. It's more mental right now than physical. So we'll watch a lot of tape today and tomorrow. Scout North Alabama. We will watch both North Alabama and Union as a coaching staff, and we'll go give those 2 teams our best shot. We would love to have 4 wins out of the last 4 games, but you know, let's just continue to get better each day. I mean, we're not going to do a whole lot physically out on the court the next 2 days, but we need to understand where we need to be defensively, understand maybe what we can take advantage of offensively against these two teams and put it into play on Thursday and Saturday.
North Sunflower Medical Center in Ruleville is your full-service healthcare provider. Whether it's an emergency, wound care, daily preventative health screening, swing bed and outpatient rehabilitation, to our outstanding staff and team of surgeons, you'll find we treat the whole you. North Sunflower Medical Center has become the Delta's leader in providing complete, quality medical services to residents and visitors of Sunflower County and beyond. Come by and see why people say, "Take me to Ruleville."
As an economist, I meet with many business leaders who just don't understand the true cost of documents. Unmanaged fleets, dysfunctional workflow, it's chaos. It's profit-killing chaos.
Mississippi owned and operated, the Image Specialist in Southern Duplicating is Mississippi's only full-line Kyocera dealer. Kyocera's full-line copiers, printer, and faxes offer robust work solutions while offering industry-leading lowest total cost of ownership. Offering rental, leasing, and purchasing options, let the Image Specialist in Southern Duplicating help grow your business.
Millions of people grow up in a family of immigrants. But not everyone stops at nothing to reach their dream. Even fewer have the patience, passion, and perseverance to achieve success. A dream is for those who sleep. I live mine. I'm Pitbull, and I'm one of a kind, darling.
Abraham's, in historic downtown Cleveland, has clothed the Delta since 1979. Shirts, sweaters, and khakis by Southern Tide and Polo are favorites on all college campuses. Costa sunglasses with mountain khakis and jeans by Big Star, True Religion, and Silver. Abraham's has a large assortment of the North Face and Patagonia outerwear for men, women, and children. Cole Haan and Tom shoes, plus the finest tie collection in Mississippi. Team up with dress shirts by Polo and Ike Behar. Abraham's carries a large inventory of fine suits and sport coats by Ralph Lauren, S. Cohen, and Abraham's own private label. Abraham's in historic downtown Cleveland.
Softball season is officially underway here at University Field in Cleveland. The Lady Statesmen softball team hosted West Alabama to open Gulf South Conference play and the home games, and then turned right around and played Stillman College. Let's see highlights from all that. So 5 games in 3 days for Delta State softball, starting on Saturday, February 15th, when the Lady Statesmen kicked off conference games with a doubleheader against West Alabama. Bottom of the second inning here, runners on second and third for Cassidy Talley. She slaps a hit towards the pitcher, beats a throw to first. Brooke Klein scores. Lady Statesmen take a 1-0 lead. A pass ball puts DSU up 2-0, then Taylor Holland singles to bring Talley home, and it's 3-0 Lady Statesmen. Let's take it to the top of the 5th here with the Tigers at bat. Line drive. Second baseman Amber Adcock there to catch the out. West Al knocks a solo home run in this inning, but Delta State still leads 3-1, and the Lady Statesmen come back to the dugout as all 3 outs are courtesy of Amber Adcock in the 5th. The Lady Statesmen hold that lead for the rest of the game and take game 1 from the Tigers 3-1. Second game of the doubleheader was a 4-0 loss for DSU. So Sunday's final game of the series would decide who won out, and it was an instant classic. We'll start in the bottom of the 1st for Delta State. 2 outs. Caitlin Moore facing the 1-2 pitch that doesn't stop her from sending the ball over the right field fence. Great start for the Lady Statesmen as Moore's solo home run makes it a 1-0 game early on. West Al plated 3 runs in the 3rd inning, but DSU had an answer for that. Amber Adcock at the plate with runners on 2nd and 3rd. Her shot gets past the shortstop and 3rd baseman. Taylor Holland scores. Very next pitch, Adcock goes to steal 2nd, but UWA decides to try and get her out. Rundown starts up for Adcock between 1st and 2nd, but then Kayla Moore beats a throw home to score. Adcock gets around to 3rd, and the run ties up the game 3-3. Andrea Cutts still at the plate after that. She grounds out to 2nd, but gets the RBI as Adcock crosses home plate, and it's now 4-3 Delta State. Let's take it to the 5th inning. Runner on 2nd for DSU as Brooke Klein drops a hit in left center field. Ashley Rosinski rounds 3rd, comes home to score. That makes it 5-3 Lady Statesmen. Now here's how the rest of this one plays out. West Alabama gets 5 runs in the 7th inning to take the lead, but DSU answers with 3 of its own, so the game goes to extra innings, several extra innings. Both teams score 1 run in the 10th inning. UWA plates 6 runs in the 12th inning, and Delta State can only get 1 there. So game 3 goes to West Alabama 15-10 over Delta State in 12 innings.
We knew West Alabama would be tough coming in. Our goal kind of is to win the series, to win 2 out of 3. Yeah, if you can win all 3, you want to, but it's hard to win 3 games in 2 days in this league. I mean, everyone's good and competitive and competes, and you know, we really wanted to win the series, and we feel like we let yesterday get away from us. 12-inning marathon game, just gave up too many runs. It's nice to open up the conference at home. I think the players got to see something different than we've seen in our first 2 preseason tournaments. I think the pitchers got to see a little bit more, but we have a lot of good things going on. We have a lot of good things to work on, and these being 14 games in now, it's showing us what we need to work on. So we're just excited to move forward.
Head coach Casey Charles says certain things went right for her team in Saturday's win, and those are the things that need to be happening every game.
You know, we didn't give up any runs. They didn't have a lot of base runners. I think they had 1 home run, solo home run in that game. You know, we're not finishing very well right now. That's just the truth of it. We can get a lead. We can hold on to it through the 4th, 5th, 6th inning. In the 7th inning, we're giving up a hit, a walk, hit by pitch, an error. It's all going bad at the same time, and the other team's just getting it done. And to me, you know, doing good things in late innings is just getting it done and knowing how to win. And, you know, I don't think we have learned that yet. Sometimes it's hard to learn, and we're learning it the hard way. And it's painful, but we think that throughout the season, because we've been there before, you know, that'll benefit us.
Coach Charles says one key to helping the team finish better is getting a few more games in and, of course, working hard each and every day.
Just keep working. You go to work every day and do the same things. You know, I mean, we let them know, you know, yesterday was bad. It was bad. It was exhausting. It was a heartbreaker to lose. You know, we just keep trying to pass the knowledge that we know about the game. You know, they get in pressure situations, and sometimes they fall apart, and sometimes they fail in those situations, and that's going to happen. But the big thing, I think, is that you still get up and you get back in that situation. You put yourself there. Maybe next time you'll win the situation. So I think pressure's getting to us a little bit right now, but I do see some positive things. I see quite a few positive things, and we've got to keep playing and get the experience. And but there's no time to waste. In the middle of conference, 14 games in, you know, it's now or never, and we're just trying to put that urgency on it.
Lady Statesmen didn't take a break. On Monday, February 17th, Delta State hosted Stillman College at University Field for another doubleheader. Delta won the first game 5-2. Top of the first inning in the second game, defense already hard at work. Madison Zoller sees the runner trying to steal, and the freshman catcher throws her out at second. Lady Statesmen at bat now, 1-2 count for Taylor Holland. She's safe at first after hitting a grounder. Cassidy Talley crosses home plate to make it a 1-0 game. Still in the first, Adcock sends a hit bouncing into right field. Holland comes around third to score, makes it 2-0 Delta State. Madison Zoller has bases loaded in the second after DSU scored 2 more. Pitcher can't get a handle on the ball. Zoller's hit brings in a run to make it 5-0. Lady Statesmen keep going from there. Final in the second game against Stillman is 9-1 for Delta State in 5 innings. Coach Charles says winning out Monday's doubleheader is a good confidence booster for her team.
It is. I mean, anytime you win 2 games, yeah, it's a confidence booster. That team is not of the caliber that we're going to see every day, and we know that. But after the tough loss yesterday in the 1-3 weekend series, we needed that. We enjoyed it. They're going to enjoy this through tomorrow. I mean, they're going to have a day off tomorrow, and they're going to enjoy it, and I'm going to enjoy it. And we're going to come back to work Wednesday and Thursday, and we're going to be completely focused on UNA.
The softball season is still young, but Delta State has already played 14 games. The Lady Statesmen have a 7-7 overall record, and Coach Charles says she's learned a lot about her team in the first few weeks.
We're happy with what the pitchers are giving us. That was one of the things we were worried most about. Miller Maddox, Macy Wilde, and Taylor Tucker are all giving us a great effort every day. It may not be for 7 innings, but we don't ask 7 innings every day. We only ask maybe 4 or 5, and then we'll let someone else finish it. So the pitching's been a pleasant surprise. Will that go up and down on different days and weekends? Yes. What we've learned as a team, that what we need to do better is just score more runs. We're leaving a lot of runners on base. We're getting some runners on, and what we're doing with runners in scoring position, our numbers aren't too good there. So Sometimes these girls don't do so well under pressure, but when you can score with runners in scoring position, that's what good teams do, and that's what we want to do.
So the Lady Statesmen won one game in the series against West Alabama and then came and beat Stillman in the doubleheader. For GoStatesmen.com, I'm Katie Smith.